The intense battles raging in southern Gaza, hundreds of thousands of Palestinians who were told to flee to the south are getting caught in the crossfire with nowhere left to go.
And now this sobering warning from the FBI director, who says his agency is working around the clock to prevent potential domestic attacks by Hamas or its sympathizers. Joined now by ABC investigative reporter Aaron Katersky. Aaron, thanks for being here. All of this came out during the Senate hearing yesterday. Director Wray really highlighting the concern to lawmakers. Let's play a portion of that, and then we'll get to our conversation.
So what I would say that is unique about the environment that we're in right now in my career is that while there may have been times over the years where individual threats could have been higher here or there than where they might be right now, I've never seen a time where all the threats, or so many of the threats, are all elevated all at exactly the same time. That's what makes this environment that we're in now so fraught, and why funding our men and women who are working shoulder to shoulder with state and local law enforcement and other partners every day makes it even more important, not less.
So, blinking red lights analogy about 9/11, all the lights were blinking red before 9/11. Apparently, obviously, all of us missed it. Would you say that there's multiple blinking red lights out there?
I see blinking lights everywhere I turn.
So certainly chilling comments, especially here in New York, Aaron. And some of the threats that he talked about, the elevated chatter online from al-Qaeda and ISIS. What did you learn from this?
Well, it is chilling because it's coming at a time when the Israel-Hamas war has elevated the threat level for Muslim Americans. There's been a skyrocketing number of anti-Semitic threats against the Jewish community. And that's been a consistent theme since October 7th. Here in New York, actually, hate crimes are trending down overall. But if you look specifically at the numbers targeting Muslims and Jews, the NYPD says those are up by about 32% in the case of the Jewish community. So there's a lot to chew on from the FBI director's comments, and that's why so many of the lights, as he put it, are drinking.
And so then,
red.
And his comments came as they're looking whether or not to authorize this Section 702 of the FISA, right? This has been, the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. This has been highly debated before. What does that mean, and what do we expect to happen?
One of the reasons why the FBI director is so concerned about the threat level is because this is about to expire. It's a tool that the FBI can use effectively to spy on foreign terror groups. And there's always been a concern of overreach, and it isn't necessarily a popular measure when it comes to debate on Capitol Hill. But the FBI director is imploring Congress to reauthorize this foreign surveillance tool. Otherwise, he says, some of the chatter that they notice that can potentially preempt a plot, that would go unnoticed.
But Aaron, there is a flip side to this, right? And some people would say this is politically motivated, but it seems like both sides of the aisle feel that this could infringe on Fourth Amendment rights, right?
There's always a concern of FBI overreach here, that the tool is being used in ways that maybe it shouldn't be used to spy on Americans or to do other surreptitious things. And there's a real suspicion these days, especially in Republican politics, about a deep state. And that complicates the job of the FBI and of law enforcement. Director Wray would say that the FBI follows the law and is looking to reauthorize a program that it has used successfully in the past.
But they're also just saying, okay, but just get a warrant first.
They would like a warrant first, and they have to get a judge to sign off. This isn't like they can just go willy-nilly tapping everybody's phone.
Yeah.
But they do need this authorization renewed.
It has been a concern that has been shared throughout multiple FBI directors, too. I mean, this was an act that went into effect after 9/11. Yep. We'll see how it shakes out and whether or not that moves forward. But still, just the sobering information coming out of that hearing certainly got a lot of people's attention.
And it's a tough time, and law enforcement knows it. Is it 9/11? Is it the plane into building? They don't think so. We've talked a lot about different events in New York, Thanksgiving Day parade, the tree lighting, where there have been an elevated threat level, nothing specific, but they want to make sure that they can preempt something should it arise.
Yeah, and as we saw on October 7th, it can take a coordinated effort, or it could be these lone wolves that we're always concerned about. It's something that definitely got a lot of people thinking about a lot. Aaron, thank you.
Thank you for shedding light to that. Such an important conversation.
Thanks, guys.